Hello everybody, I am 715 the Dragon Tame, and that's Chewbacca, my dog, back there that you saw a little bit of, and I just beat one of the most amazing games I've ever played in my life. Pokemon X, the game. Well, I beat the Elite Four and the Champion, the guy after the Champion, but alright, I'm going to continue off where I left last time. Alright, I'm not really good at talking, getting to the point, I'm just kind of good at rambling, but let's see, where we left off, I beat the Psychic Gym Leader, and then after that you have to beat Team Flare, and you have to beat each and every single scientist, and you also have to beat Lysandre, who turns out to be the leader Team Flare. Big surprise! And whatnot, and you have to beat all the cute lady scientists, and you have to beat the scientist guy. I forgot his name, because you only see him once, and that's it. I remember hearing some kind of spoiler about him that he's the leader. No, he's not the leader. He's just like the main scientist. He doesn't even make a big impact. He's just there for like a few, like even one battle, and that's not even that good. And you beat him, and he just goes, "Wow! I'm gonna set, even though I'm not supposed to, I'm gonna set it off anyway, cause I'm your typical bad guy. And I have a glove on my shirt, and I only have one glove on, one glove off, and one in my pocket, cause I'm cool like that." What the hell? You know, I know this is the France. I know this is the France freaking region that's based on France, with a little bit of Africa in it for some reason, in China. But seriously, why is it the whole entire stylish thing is just kind of? I understand the whole entire stylish thing is just to like shove the whole entire idea of the 3D down your face, which I do love the 3D. I just felt it was a little bit, forcefully shoved down my face. It was a little. Nintendo probably just abused it a little bit. I mean, they didn't do it horribly with the fact that it was unenjoyable, how the fact they kept saying 3D, 3D Pokemon. No, but I just felt it was a little excessive how much they were like going, look at this view, look at that view, look at these Pokemon, look at that view, look at how cool these people look. You know? Felt it was a little excessive, but this is not a game review. I'll get that tomorrow, probably. This is the end of the adventure, and a little bit more about it. You beat Lysandre about, what was it, 3 times? 2 or 3 times, I think you have to beat him. No, you have to beat him 3 times. Once in his little hideout, which is in the Red Cafe near the Pokemon Center, near the freaking gym in Luma City. By the way, there's 3 gyms, so go to the one that's nearest Luma City, and across the hall you should see a red cafe, and you should see a little grunt girl next to it. That's where it is. You go in the cafe and you beat all the people there. You beat Lysandre once, and you go to the hideout, which, by the way, is that suspicious rock thing in that Ingeon Ascend City, which the grunt disappears mysteriously, and we're all like, oh, this is gonna be relevant later. Alright, I'll wait until I get 7 badges. Then you beat him again after he's crying about Pokemon, which I can't read all the dialogue, which is really sucks because like my screen's broken. It's really bad how my screen is. So after that, oh, my fidgeting, stop fidgeting. After that, you have to beat Pokemon X, which I did with 1 Pokemon, and it was my Dragon type Pokemon, Tyrantrum. It took him and just freaking beat it the first time. Apparently you can't beat it and just call it a day. You have to beat it and you have to beat with a Master Ball and catch it. Which I heard is impossible to catch with a regular Pokeball and other Pokeballs, but with only Master Ball. But I haven't tried the Pokeball approach. I just used the Master Ball. It's like, alright, I can't defeat you, just call it a day, so I'll just use the Master Ball and catch you. Call it a day. I'll be you all day and get experience out of you, but that wouldn't be fun. And then you have the option of putting in your party for a while, which I did just so I could beat what's his face with Lysandre, because I know how crazy he is about the freaking legendary Pokemon. I forgot the legendary Pokemon's name is, but it's the Pokemon X poster boy, and I used that little Ranger fairy thing. and pretty much destroyed his whole entire team with that one Pokemon. Even though it's weaker than all my Pokemon at the time, I beat that Pokemon with that guy with that one Pokemon. Wow, he even had a Mega Evolution. Other than like you, there's only like 2 or 3 people that I'm aware of that have Mega Evolutions and can use them against you. Actually, there's only 2 Pokemon before you beat the game. The people who have Mega Evolutions before you no, 3 before you beat the game. There's the gym leader, there's Lysandre, and then there's the champion Diantha. Not a bad lineup to be in, honestly, to be able to use freaking Mega Evolutions. So you beat Lysandre a 3rd time. 3rd time. And you just kinda go, oh, let's do this. And then after that I just kinda put the X Pokemon back into my box, never to be heard of again. Well, that's a whole habit of my legendary, because I don't like using the legendary when I challenge the Elite Four, because I just feel cheap that way, you know? I just feel so cheap and dirty when I do that. Just, ugh. I don't like feeling cheap and dirty. So I did that, and after I did that, you have to go and beat Wolfric, which you have before you beat Wolfric, you have to like go across like the seemingly route that looks on the map to be just as big as Route 1. Don't let the map fool you. The map lies. There's a freaking tunnel you have to go through that pretty much just goes, haha, you thought I was short, didn't you? You have to beat a bunch of trainers. Actually, you can skip past that, but I didn't. So I could level up a little bit, get some experiences, and after that, you get on the bridge. We have to defeat Shauna, Trevor, and what's his face, the chubby dancing guy, all back to back. And they were kind of challenging, I guess. A little bit of a test. You know, I just felt like I leveled up my Pokemon a little too much, and I grinded a little too much, and my Pokemon just felt like at the end they always seem to be 2 levels higher than like the gym leader or the champion or the Elite Four. They always felt that way to me. Like they're a little stronger than they should be. You know? I grinded a little too much because I played way too many Pokemon games, and I always felt like I had the need to grind, and with this I felt the need to grind. Even though I know I didn't need to, I just felt, you know, I need to grind. You know, so I get all my Pokemon levels up evenly and all that nonsense, OCD nonsense, you know the deal. So, you beat all your friends, and then you go on to, try and challenge the Elite. Actually, after you beat them, you have some cute epic music. It sounds like that, and it's so beautiful. Oh, here. So after I do that, I go on and face. Actually, after that, you have to go through that time to go to some other city and meet the Professor Sycamore, and you have to challenge his 3 Pokemon. His Venusaur, Blastoise, and Charizard. Which, by the way, I chose a Bulbasaur and put in my box, and apparently, while it's still there, he has another Bulbasaur. What the hell does he get these Bulbasaurs from? Does it have like an endless supply of... No wonder why he gave you like, another starter. I actually remember seeing, I was on Facebook earlier today, just kind of looking through Pokemon memes. I saw like I saw this meme going, Professor Sycamore knows you love starter Pokemon. Decides to give you 2. Good guy. he's probably he's the best professor ever. And, you know, if I want to like, oh, you only have to choose set. I can only choose Pokemon from this generation. With the exception of shinies. I probably would have kept Bulbasaur and actually got the Torchic. I actually did get the Torchic, but I put it in my box just in case like one of my friends got it later, but they couldn't get the Torchic because it only lasts sort of limited amount of time. And I would just trade it to them if they wanted the Torchic. You know? I feel that's a nice. and I feel that's kind of a nice thing to do because I'm cool like that. So yeah, after you beat that guy, you beat the professor. You then have to go through that route, which you have more opportunities to train. And then I go into the freaking snowy town that apparently have kind of set me for the gym. I'm not really sure about that. I'm kind of makes you go, huh? But it makes sense because like there's no snowy area outside of it. That area. There's snowy area, but it's like another few towns over. You know? It's like it's in the middle, pretty much practically nowhere. There's a bunch of snow. What the hell? And then there's like winding forest that you get to see a Pokemon village, which is actually kind of cute. I always felt that they should have done that. And it's kind of cute. It's one of the reasons I like this game now. I like this game so much because I only went there like once, but there's a few cool Pokemon there. There's even a Diddle there, a few Diddles there, which I also find pretty cool. And it's really awesome, honestly. I always thought that was cool, but it also gives you another opportunity to train even more so. By the time I was actually ready to freaking face Wolfric and beat the 4 ace trainers that were in his gym, which by the way, his gym is a little challenging at first if you're not good at puzzles. Because ah. So, but I still stuck to my 3-on-3 rule, and I chose Asmorel to start things off because it has the ability to Thick Fat, and it's also an ice type. Not an ice type, but water type. So, its ice type wouldn't do that well against me, so that's what I thought, and I chose that. I obviously chose Pongoro, which is a fighting type, and fighting is good against ice, and I also chose my whatever. I also chose my starter Pokemon, my Delphox, and Ezreal was pretty much killed instantly. Was killed because I forgot that the guy apparently had a bomb. No one was not aware of that. I was like, ugh, damn it! Should have chose smarter. Urgh. And then Bulbasaur came on to finish Asmorel's work, which Asmorel did a pretty good job because it knows a pretty strong fighting move called Play Rough, and it's really good. And I then went to use Pongoro, killed the first, killed the second Pokemon. The second Pokemon, I forgot what it was. Then I went to the third, also with Pongoro. Forgot what his name, but it was like a huge iceberg-like thing. Beat that Pokemon as well. A little underwhelming for the final gym leader. He was probably the most underwhelming final gym leader. No, second most underwhelming gym leader. Next year, Giovanni. I just pretty much creamed Giovanni's team. It wasn't even a challenge for me. And I was ready. He's like, all right, next. What's his name from Sinnoh and the guy from Hoenn. They were both pretty challenging. Oh god, those are guys. Wallace and what's his face? The emo electric guy who looks like the fourth Hokage. You know what I'm talking about. Volkner. I challenged both of them. And they were tough. The other two were Dragon Tamers, which I love. The other fights were Dragon Tamers, but they weren't all that really tough. I mean, they were tough, but meh. I mean, of course they were tough because they had dragons for Pokemon, but I just felt like they could have done better, you know? Yeah. I always seem to go, like, race through the female Pokemon gym leaders. I don't know why. I'm not exactly sure, but oh well. So after I beat Wolfric, God, this is taking forever. After I beat Wolfric, I go on and you go on the freaking victory road. And for people who are wondering who I think going through this game right now is going, oh, this is so easy. Oh God. Victory road will probably be the stuff you go, holy shit, this is tough. If you're not prepared for it. If you just go, alright, I'm ready. Just go straight through it. Go, no, you have to be ready for this one. You really do. You can't be unprepared. You got to go, just go. Oh, you have to be prepared. And there's a lot of tough trainers. There's a lot of tough trainers in here as usual. There's a lot of tough routes. It's just tough in general. Granted, the one thing I really didn't like is the fact they had a halfway stop where you could heal your Pokemon. What the hell? You were never able to do that in the previous generations, to my knowledge. There's no stuff you go, I don't heal your Pokemon for you. No, there's no freaking. That's the one thing I didn't like. I mean, I liked it, but I didn't like it. You know? Oh no. Right now, I don't like it, but when I was like seeing, oh, it's sweet, so I can finally heal my Pokemon. All right, I'll take advantage of this shit. No, in hindsight, I'm going, nah, I don't like it that much. And actually, I did this today. I beat Wolfric today. The last few days, Saturday and yesterday, I was pretty much just dicking around, honestly. I really didn't do much. But today, I beat the last gym leader. And then I just beat the 4. The credits are rolling, actually. No, the credits are rolling right here in my game. They're rolling right now. So I beat the, so I went and you go in through the, freaking Victory Road, and you had to beat, what's-her-face? Serena, your rival. Which, by the way, I'm sad because you don't get to name your rival. It's like, wait, is she my rival? Because I wasn't able to tell at first because you only get the opportunity to name your rival. No, you don't get to name anyone in this freaking game, which pisses me off, you know? God damn it, why can't I name anyone? Oh well. Oh well. So I beat Serena again, and you have to beat a bunch of veterans and 1 or 2 more ace trainers before you go on and go through that. And then once you get to the thing, you naturally want to the Pokemon that you naturally get to be able to heal your team. But here's what I recommend you doing first before you get that. And here's what I always pretty much did. I have a Pokemon, small Pokemon that I really don't care about, that knows Fly. It's I have a Fletchling that's level 5. I don't even use it except for just showing me use Fly. Put my Pokemon away in the box and use a Fly to go to the move deleter and delete all the hidden machine moves on my Pokemon so I can teach them more appropriate moves, better moves, or more skill-wise moves, or whatever I want to use. And then what I do is I go back to the Pokemon Center and then I sell a bunch of stuff, like I always do. And then I buy a bunch. I bought like 20 full heals, 20 of them. And I bought 10. I mean no, 10 full heals, 10 revives, and a few more oh fuck, what they're called? Max potions, or full restore. Yes, the ones that restore all your HP and heal your Pokemon. I bought a bunch of those. Full heals, revives. Let's see. I bought a bunch of those. Because the reason why you want to buy them, I'll tell you later. But after I do all that and make my Pokemon learn new moves or whatever, and get them all leveled up and ready, I go in and challenge the Elite Four. Now you can challenge them anywhere you want, actually. But I challenge in the fire, then the steel, then the water, then the dragon, then the water. That's what I did. And I did that. I did that, and I went in and challenged them. And by the way, they're all strongest Pokemon are all equal, and they're all 65, and they all have 4 Pokemon. So just let you know. So it just basically depends what Pokemon you have and what Pokemon you feel would be the easiest or toughest. I know people go the toughest to easiest and easiest to toughest. Whatever you feel like would be the toughest for you or the easiest for you. The toughest for me was actually the water type, because I really don't have any Pokemon that are good against water. I only have this Go-Goat, and Gyarados kind of killed it. So, anyway, you go in and challenge Elite Four. Before you do, actually, you can go and fly around and get a new outfit ready, just so you can look all cool. Because you have like tons of money at this way if you didn't blow all your money away stupidly. And you go in and challenge the Elite Four. Before you do each and every Elite Four, after you beat the one, I strongly recommend you doing this. You should heal up all your Pokemon. Use your revives to heal up all the Pokemon and whatnot. Also, I recommend, if you haven't played the Pokemon game, I recommend not using any of your Ethers or any of your Max Potions yet, because you won't be able to buy them anywhere else. I recommend them saving them specifically for the Elite Four. So, no, actually even better, save them for the champion if you actually manage to beat the Elite Four. So after you beat between you beat the Elite Four, heal up all your Pokemon, save, and if you need to use one or two of your Ethers, then after you do all that, you challenge the champion after all your Pokemon are max healed to the maximum they can be. And then you go challenge the champion Diantha. And there you have it. You win. And if you win, good job. If you don't win, you have to start the whole entire damn thing over again. Unless you save, then you can just go, fuck this shit, and whatnot. And just like they did in the last two regions, after that, you get taken to the champion, freaking Hall of Champions, and they show your Pokemon with a little cutscene of each and every one of your Pokemon, which is kind of cool. And then you challenge, and after you beat the champion, they actually throw a party in your honor. Well, you and your friends honor. They honor you and your friends for beating Team Flare, and they also honor you for being the champion, which I love so much. I've been playing this game forever, and this is the first time was ever that everyone said, "Good job!" Other than the Pokemon professor who said, "Good job, we'll throw you a party in your honor." There's also a 5-day time skip. I'm like, I love you guys. I never know it. I've saved the world so many times in these games, and I've never once had throw a party in my honor. This is the first time. Thank you, Nintendo. It feels so good to be appreciated. It's something so little, but I appreciate Nintendo actually doing this. Normally they just show a cutscene of you just running home on your bicycle, going through and saying hi to people as you go, and no one says thank you for saving the world. They throw a party for you. It's so good. And while this party happens, you can see this former big tall guy, and he challenged the Pokemon battle. He only has 3 Pokemon, and they're not really that strong. If you beat the champion, there's no way you wouldn't be able to beat this guy. If you could beat the champion, and you're not, and for some odd reason not able to beat this guy, then you should just take off your hat if you have one on. Take a bunch of paper, write dunce on it, and just wear it on you. And just wear it on your head and go, "Durr," and just find a bunch of Mudkip and Wooper, and just chill out them for the rest of your goddamn life, cause that's where you belong if you somehow don't manage to do that. Music. Hi, Wooper. Hi, Mudkip. Oh. You belong with all the water ground types. That's what you do. That's what you deserve if you don't beat this Pokemon guy. No, even worse. You deserve to be just to hang out with Dunsparce for the rest of your life, and that's a really derpy Pokemon. So yeah, if you beat this guy, his Pokemon that you said that actually I didn't talk about that, did I? Apparently, this guy has a sad story where he built the big things so he could revive his Pokemon, but he was still angry for the world for killing his Pokemon, and then he. Actually, I don't want to talk too much about it because that's spoiler for the story. So yeah, I don't want to talk about that. Sorry if your ears are bleeding. Oh no, spoiler! Why? But seriously, his Pokemon comes down and goes, "Hi, I'm back. I love you." And I couldn't help but just cry. It's just like a tear. It was so cheesy. It really was. But it's a happy ending. But seriously, this story was kind of was cheesy. It wasn't. You know, I just think they should take the graphics and just put it in Pokemon Black and White. You know, or Pokemon Black and White 2, because the graphics because the story for that was amazing. I loved this story for Black and White. It was so good. The story for Diamond and Pearl was also pretty good. I felt the story for for Diamond Pearl was a bit dark at times, and the same thing with Black and White, but I like that. And I heard that Nintendo's not going to do that with this new region. It's probably just make it more cheery and lighthearted and go, hi! Again. Which makes me go, ugh. If I say this, Serena's probably going to be the same thing what May was. Like, bring back Dawn, because she was the best. Everyone's like, no, Dawn, Misty's the best. No, you think she's the best because she's a tomboy, has red hair, and nostalgia factor. That's why you think she's the best. She's not the best because her character's the best. But I'll get into that another time. So yeah, this was the final episode for PAVA, My Pokemon X Adventure. Please like, subscribe, and all that cool nonsense that you guys love to do. And have a nice day. Goodbye, and see you people in the next live.